welcome to the 2019 GC32 Racing Tour. For its 6th season, ultra-high performance One Design catamarans will once again visit 5 top venues over the next few months. Each location is selected especially for its conditions, stable winds and flat waters, ideal for the nimble GC32s to fly across the water at 30 plus knots. For a third year, the tour starts in Italy, but this time in Villasimius on the southeasternmost tip of Sardinia. This is the third time that the GC32 Racing Tour will have visited this popular holiday destination, renowned for its azure waters, exotic marine life and pink flamingos. Racing at the GC32 Villasimius Cup takes place off the Marina de Villasimius near the protected maritime area of Capo Carbonaro.
Sono contentissimo che per la terza volta portiamo questo GC32 che è diventato ormai importantissimo nel Mediterraneo soprattutto. Ringrazio Christian che ha creduto nella località e spero che tutti si trovino bene così come si sono trovati gli altri anni.
È un evento importantissimo, internazionale, il quale per il paese e per la cittadina di Villasimius è stato veramente farla diventare ancora più famosa di quella che poteva essere fino adesso.
Il nostro paese si presta a questi eventi perché nella punta estrema della Sardegna consente di avere sempre il vento in poppa.
Over the winter, intensive discussions and decisions were made, with many teams deciding to focus on the GC32 Racing Tour. In 2019, the Tour welcomes 10 teams for the opening event in Italy, the GC32 Villasimius Cup. The lineup is the strongest since last year's GC32 World Championships.
The GC32 classes come together instead of 2 circuits. We have this year only 1 circuit and therefore obviously more boats and a concentration of very good sailors that have come here, and I'm very excited about the level of competition we have and the number of boats we have on the start line. So it's going to be a great and exciting season 2019 for the GC32 Racing Tour and the GC32 class.
Rounding the mark. Continue.
Migrating across to the GC32 Racing Tour from the Extreme Sailing Series is Alinghi, Team Oman Air supported by EFG Bank Monaco and Red Bull Sailing Team. Ernesto Bertorelli's Alinghi is famously a 2-time winner of the America's Cup and the first ever winner of sailing's premier event in Europe. The Swiss team's record on the Extreme Sailing Series was unparalleled, winning it 4 times, including last season, as well as finishing runner-up twice.
This year the GC32 Racing Tour is very interesting. Given that the Extreme Sailing Series doesn't exist anymore and all the boats are now regrouped with the tour, it's going to be a very interesting season, very competitive. The level of racing in the Extreme Sailing Series was very high and we were very happy to win that season. Here there's more boats. Some of the boats are those we know from the Extreme Series. Some boats are those we met at the Worlds last year in Garda. So we know that the level is very high and it's going to be challenging to perform, but we're looking forward to another win possibly. Effectively the courses are longer in the GC Tour than the Extreme Sailing Series, but it's a format we know well. It's the Olympic format. We race on Lake Geneva on the D35, so I think the team will adapt very easily to this format, so we're looking forward to the racing.
Oman Air have recruited one of the most successful GC32 helms of all time, the former match racing world champion and Volvo Ocean Race sailor Adam Minoprio. He joins the tour along with two new crew members, British project manager, mainsail trimmer and tactician Peter Greenhalgh, Kiwi headsail trimmer Stuart Dodson, and long-standing crewman Nasser Al-Mashari in charge of board control.
Gone from sailing with SAP to Oman Air. They were the competition last year, and now I've joined the team, and they've got a lot of experience on board. We've got Pete Greenhalgh, who's been on these boats since they were put in the water and on the catamaran racing circuit for a long time. Got Stu Dodson and Adam Piggott, who have been sailing the GC32s for a few years, and then Nasser, who's been sailing with Oman Air now, I think it might even be going on 8 years, so we've got a very experienced crew. We've just got to make sure that we can bring it all together to make sure we're performing on race day. Our tactic this week is just going to be to keep it clean. You know, we don't want to get caught up fighting any other teams. We want to make sure we're sailing fast, clean, going the right way. I think quite conservative to begin with, just to make sure we don't make any mistakes and don't have any big costing races with high points.
Last but not least, Red Bull's sailing team. The GC32 Racing Tour opens a new chapter for the Austrian foiling powerhouse as a consolidation of circuits will pack the field with elite contenders. But with a tested crew and two-time Olympic gold medalists, skipper Roman Hagara and Hans-Peter Steinacker on board as helmsman and tactician, this team is aiming for the top.
Yeah, we were growing up on multi-hulls, and our main boat was the Olympic Tornado in the past. So it was a nice catamaran these days, a fast boat, and we always like to sail fast boats. But now it's a completely new challenge. When the foiling starts with the new generation in the AC, also other classes went to foiling, and one of these boats is the GC32. And we were looking a lot at these foiling boats, and then once the Extreme Sailing Series changed to the GC32, it was really exciting for us. And it's a big challenge to sail these boats. You need really fit guys on the boat. It's very physical, and yeah, I mean, the really exciting part is the speed, what you can get with foiling boats. The GCs, they're going up to 40 knots, which is really fast on the water, and we liked it. I mean, we grew up with fast boats, but now it's even double as fast as we were used to. And yeah, that's a lot of fun and very exciting in racing.
We had a lot of experience in Tornado. We trained a lot, but the game changed completely with the foils. The style, how you sail, is completely different. Sometimes you can use some catamaran experience, what you need, but overall the Tornado doesn't help a lot. It's a different game on foils.
It's not going to be an easy season for Frank Camas and his Norauto team. Amongst the star-studded lineup, they'll be looking to defend their overall GC32 Racing Tour title, as well as the GC32 Villasimius Cup.
Yeah, we are in Villasimius for the first event of the season. It's a new season with newcomers in the GC Tour, because all the fleet of the Extreme Sailing Series are with us now, and it's very good because it's a very good crew and good boats and a very good level. Even if they didn't do exactly the same format, very short format, for sure they are fast and they maneuver very well. So very high level fleet this year. Will be difficult to win for sure. All the time is like that, and I like to be in this fleet with my crew. We really enjoy together to sail, so good beginning for us. I think because the level of the fleet is good to be steady in the race. I think we cannot anyway win all the races, and we have to avoid big mistakes. It's like a normal race. Few mistakes you do, better you are at the end. And it's like that, even if we are third, fourth, it's a good place now with this fleet. So don't think it's good to don't take too much risk and protect the position when we are not so far in the back.
Another favourite for the 2019 GC32 Racing Tour is Ineos Revels UK, skippered by Ben Ainsley. The four-time Olympic champion won the America's Cup on board Oracle Team in San Francisco in 2013 and also helmed the British AC50 catamaran in Bermuda in 2017. However, last season was his first foray into the GC32 Racing Tour. Despite missing the first event, they finished second overall, with Ainsley steering the team to victory in the final event.
This GC32 Cup is really fantastic for us to get out and race high-performance foiling boats, to build our team development, our strategic to tactical thinking. In every aspect of the team, it really helps us from a competitive standpoint. So we're very happy to be here and to be developing. Well, with Ineos Team UK, we're working towards the America's Cup in 2021. It's quite an interesting period now for all of the America's Cup teams in terms of getting close to launching the first 75-foot race boat for the Cup. And each team is allowed to build 2 boats if they want to. So it'll be interesting to see with these first boats when they come on the water, what the design looks like, and then how the teams develop from there. And we hope to be racing some World Series regattas next year, possibly even here in Cagliari. And that will be really exciting in the build-up to the Cup in 21. Particular America's Cup, the rules allowed teams to launch their first boat in March of this year. So as you can tell, we're now already in June, so we're a little bit late. And that was to do with some of the supplied equipment being a bit delayed. So I'd expect to see the teams getting the boat in the water sometime between now, frankly, and sort of September, October time. And like I said, that will be really interesting to see, because the shape of the hull, the design of the hull of these boats is quite open. So again, it'll be really interesting to see how the different designers have played this option and getting the boat sailing, how they perform at that scale.
Two brand new teams will also join the 2019 GC32 Racing Tour lineup. The Swiss Black Star sailing team is masterminded by former A-class catamaran sailor Christian Zura, with the assistance of former Arm & Strong sailing team skipper and renowned Olympic star sailor Flavio Marazzi.
I joined the GC32 Tour because I was almost for 20 years single-hand sailor. I did once the Tour de Voile with the old boat, let's say the old boat, the 430, and I really enjoyed to have a team around. I liked at this time the tour, and when I decided last year to go back for sailing, it was for me clear that I want to go in a circuit with a team. So the only opportunity as a multi-hull sailor in an existing circuit with a team was the GC32.
Also new to the GC32 Racing Tour will be China One Ningbo. The team will be led by New Zealand's Phil Robertson, who has an immaculate pedigree in the M32 catamaran class. This, however, will be the first outing aboard a GC32 for the team, who are also representing China on the Sail GP foiling catamaran circuit. The crew also includes the experienced Ed Powers and 3 Chinese crew members, Liu Black Zhu, Shen Horace Jinhao, and Lu Liuming.
I guess we're China One Ningbo, a new team to the GC32 class and representing China. So first time a Chinese team has been involved in this series of racing, and it's good. It's a nice place to be. We've sort of come from a match racing and M32 world and done extremely well in those smaller catamarans, and thought it was time to step it up, but as well as step up to a bigger foiling boat, I guess, was also a plan to put more Chinese on the boat and in the team as well. So here we have 3 guys that, they've got quite a lot of experience. They've come out of the Volvo Ocean Race, so they're the winners of the Volvo Ocean Race, so very good sailors, but brand new to foiling. So yeah, it's a bit of an eye-opener for them, and it's yeah, a lot of hard work I think they're finding. So now they're great guys. We've got Liao Ming, who was with the shore crew of Dongfeng race team. We've got Xiao Luet, who was part of the race team, and also Jinhao Chen, who was also part of the race team. So 3 very good guys. It's yeah, it's obviously very difficult on board. Firstly, the communication is quite hard. I think just the finer details of the communication. Usually there's conversation going on board and everyone is understanding and thinking about the next step on the race course, but that doesn't really happen with the Chinese and English, and it's yeah, quite difficult for that aspect of the racing. But yeah, I guess the communication has to be quite specific and almost told to, and I guess we can't do anything about it. We don't speak Chinese, so they're taking the big step in learning English and communicating in English. So yeah, it is what it is, but it's fantastic. It's such a good fleet here, and for those guys to be racing at this level is a bit of an eye-opener, and they're learning a lot daily. Look, our expectations are pretty low, I'd say. You know, we're here with one objective, and that's to develop the professional sailing of the Chinese guys and develop their professionalism to a level like the top guys that are racing here. So it's a new one for me. It's I guess in terms of performance, it's quite a big step backwards, but look, it's a different objective and a long-term objective as well, and it's something we have to focus on. Is just little small steps to create the foundations correctly and get these guys up to the top level. So yeah, if we can be fighting near the top at some point, it will be a great success, and I'm sure we'll be able to pull off a race here and there.
So new and old faces are ready for another exciting GC32 Racing Tour as we pick up the action at the opening event, the GC32 Villasimius Cup.
Argo's chomping at the bit here. We're ready to go. It's going to be a long day, and we're ready for every single bit of it.
We're ready to fight every day.
Ready to get on the water for some action today. Very good ball, very good racing.
The sailors faced unstable and light winds on the opening day in Villasimius, so just one race was completed. Ineos Rebel UK, skippered by the 4-time Olympic champion Ben Ainsley, took the bullet. However, the prize for the most improved team went to Federico Ferrioli's Cadijo Rocco Racing. The team might have finished down the leaderboard last year, but on the opening day they posted an impressive 4th.
Today was a tough day. The wind condition is really difficult. We are really happy for the result because it's in the last part of the race the wind start changing and going down, and it's really difficult when we sail the last downwind and all the boat is going a little bit more faster with the gas, but really happy for the first day.
The following 3 days of the regatta were full of action as the teams completed a full sailing schedule with 5 races per day. The conditions saw light to medium winds, starting with sunshine but ending with non-stop rainy showers. At the end of day 2, last year's champions Norauto, skippered by Frank Camas, scored 2 bullets, which was enough to give them the lead, albeit on equal points with Oman Air. However, Norauto couldn't keep the same pace up during the following day, and Oman Air increased their lead. Alinghi was the only team that managed to match Oman Air's consistency on day 3.
Today it was a great result for us. We did lose 1 point on Oman Air, but we will be up there for tomorrow and the last day of racing, and we are second tonight, so it's really good to be on the top. And the crew did a really good job sailing today. I think we did 3 second place, 1 fourth and 1 win, so we could have done a little bit better, but the other one sailed really well, and we had a great fight with Manner and Adam today.
Alinghi pushed hard at the start of the final day. However, Oman Air, skippered by Adam Minoprio, continued to demonstrate the great consistency that they'd shown in the previous days and were able to maintain their lead and claim the 2019 GC32 Villasimius Cup. Alinghi finished in second place with Ineos Revels UK in third. At the same time, Eric Maris's Zulu won the Owner Drivers Trophy after a great battle with Argo.
Oman Air, we're very happy to be able to be consistent in this first event. We're a semi-new team, and to be able to gel together and go out there and fight against a couple of the other teams who have been sailing together for a few years now. It's been good to be able to not only compete against them, but really push them and to beat them. Yeah, we definitely have unfinished business with the world champs. Last year getting second with SAP, but this year, we've got still a new team, but it'll be our second event together, and we're constantly improving. So hopefully we can continue improving and get to the Worlds and steal a victory.
It's been a really good regatta here in Villasimius with the GC32s. Some good racing over different range of conditions, and last couple of days, okay, we had quite a lot of rain, but some really good strong breeze and some great racing, particularly today. And so we're quite happy with our performance. We felt like we've learned a lot coming up against these other top teams, and that's really why we're here, to try and develop our skill sets and to have some good racing. So we're very happy, and congratulations to Oman. I think they sailed a fantastic regatta, and Alinghi also. So it's been good to be up there mixing it with those guys. Next for us, we're back to Portsmouth, the America's Cup. We're getting ready to launch our big AC75, so very excited about that. And then, of course, continue the GC32 Tour, the next regatta in Lagos in Portugal, the World Championships, and it'd be great to continue with some decent racing.
So that concludes the action from the GC32 Villasimius Cup, the first stop of the 2019 GC32 Racing Tour. The teams will meet up again for the second stop of the tour in Lagos, Portugal, for the 2019 GC32 World Championship. Stay tuned and we'll see you then.